Hi, I'm Tom, and this is Adult Game Reviews. It's celebration time. We have another completed game.
Yay!
This time, it's my favorite Pathfinder and D&D themed fantasy visual novel, Between Two Worlds by Cardy Games. If you haven't seen my original review of Between Two Worlds, make sure you watch that one after this one. Between Two Worlds just completed with the release of Chapter 10. There are multiple endings with some variants in the paths you can take. However, did Between Two Worlds roll an at 20? Or did it critical fail on its finale?
I rolled a one. Fuck!
Let's find out. But first, let's redo the best evaluation system giveaway. The first time I tried doing #best made my YouTube overlords angry. So let's change it up. To enter the giveaway to win a free copy of Best, you have to be 18 plus, you have to be subscribed to the channel, you have to have a Steam account, and you have to comment down below with the word giveaway. Hopefully this works better than the last time. If you've subscribed, thank you so much. If you haven't, please subscribe and like the video if you like it. Okay, back to Between Two Worlds. I started a new playthrough since it's been a while since I played it. I have to say most of my first review was spot on.
Magic missile! Magic missile!
So for this review, I'm just gonna pick out some things that stood out to me. If you want the full review, check out my previous one. One of the biggest pros and cons of Between Two Worlds was the Lord of the Rings level of pacing. There was a lot of walking or travel between events.
I'm wasted on cross-country. We dwarves are natural sprinters.
The camping was the time to bond or for more spicy events to occur. As of Chapter 6, things picked up considerably. There are interactions with pirates, mermaids, a dungeon crawl, an abduction, and even pesky paladins. Each of the characters brings something to the table and filling the usual fantasy RPG role. You have the wizard, the thief, the ranger, the cleric, the druid, and so on. It was very cool and it really did feel like a Pathfinder campaign in visual form. However, there's still some of the same complaints. The visuals were decent but nothing special. The music set the tone and in general the writing was well done. However, I still feel like most of the characters outside of Hannah were kind of left behind. I was very interested to get to know Bailey, and while there was more interactions with her, I still have no idea who she is as a person. After finishing the entire game, there were some major positives and negatives. First and foremost, the whole game really felt like a D&D campaign. Good and bad alike.
I am Galstaff, Sorcerer of Light.
A good D&D campaign doesn't have a ton of combat. The different challenges the party encounters are resolved in a variety of ways. Between Two Worlds did this. However, watching people solve a puzzle isn't exactly the most exciting thing to watch. So very true to tabletop RPGs, but it still could be slow at times, even towards the finale. One of the best things is having an actual girlfriend with a good relationship in a VN is pretty rare. Hannah's awesome and the game is better off for it. I love the interactions with Emily and how you give each other endless amounts of crap, which was usually really fun to read. And throughout the entire VN, Drews continued to include minor animations, which were usually a nice touch that made the world feel more alive. It's these little details that I really appreciate. So taking all of this into account, did Between Two Worlds roll in at 20 or a critical fail?
Active perception check. It's a natural 20. Let's fucking go.
Honestly, neither. Between Two Worlds rolled around a 15 or so. The finale of Between Two Worlds feels very satisfying. Got to see the final conflict with the big bad and a lot of the side quests along the way. The party leveled up and felt a lot more powerful by the end with a very fitting ending for you and Hannah. However, it could be slow and many of the side characters lacked any sort of emotional impact to really care about their future. Luckily, Hannah was still there to keep me invested along with Emily and her terrible hair. So as a fellow lover of tabletop RPGs and VNs, Between Two Worlds is a play for me. It's really nice to see Between Two Worlds complete. You can get it over on Steam. If you're seeing this review early on Patreon or Subscribestar, then you know there's a 34% sale going on until June 26th, so grab it while it's at a great price. I want to thank all my backers, and if you haven't seen my review of Crossrealms, you should really check it out right here. Thanks again. Until next time.